Hi guys, welcome back. My name is Mila, and if you're new here, this is mylatriesit. I mostly talk about perfumes. I've come to accept that. I keep saying I'm going to venture out into nails and makeup and stuff, but I just love talking about perfumes. So if you're new here, welcome. Please consider subscribing. And if you're not new here, welcome back. So today, we're going to be talking about one of the most famous perfumes that has hit the market in a while, and it's Gris Charnel by BDK. So that's the original one. I have a little sample of Gris Charnel by BDK. And I got these two samples, the Gris Charnel Extrait and the original. I got it off of osmeperfumery.com. They sell these I think that's like 1 or 2 little mils for like $5. So this is a great way of trying especially niche fragrances. They mostly offer niche fragrances and a really good selection of them. But I'm going to be comparing the original Gris Charnel to the Gris Charnel Extrait, also comparing it to the Lattafa Liam Gray, super popular. Everyone's talking about this one, and also to the Lattafa Antique. I did a review on this one in one of my Middle Eastern fragrance sample hauls, and this fragrance, I raved about this fragrance, and I said I was going to get a bottle. Here's the bottle. It is, I think it's actually really pretty. I hear a lot of people complaining about the bottle, but I think it's really unique. It is super heavy. Like, just this alone is heavy, but oh my god, the cap is so heavy. It's like a paperweight. So if you did watch my review on this one, you know that I absolutely love this. I do have a similar opinion where it is a bit of a more mature, almost like a really serious person who, so this is more of like a corporate lawyer scent, I guess you could say. It's more of a serious scent. It's not like a super playful scent. It is very beautiful. But I'm going to be talking about this one more in depth. I already talked about it pretty in depth in my sample video, but I have tried it on, so I know the longevity of it. I know how it wears throughout the day. This is a really gorgeous scent. I think I'm going to be doing this video in 2 different parts, not necessarily 2 different videos, but I'm going to start the video comparing the Gris Charnel original versus the Gris Charnel Extrait, and then I'm going to be going into like the Middle Eastern dupe version, so the Antique versus Liam Gray, and then I'm going to be talking about all 4 together, which one I think is worth it, how they're different, etc. Alright, so I'm going to be starting with the original one, the one that started it all, and I will say that when I first smelled this fragrance, I didn't really get the hype behind it. I only had one BDK fragrance, and it was Pas Ce Soir. I ended up selling that one. I don't have it anymore. I don't have any full bottle BDK fragrances. I also got a little new microphone, so I hope that helps with the audio quality. But anyways, back to what I was saying. When I first smelled Gris Charnel, the very first time, I was not really behind it. I thought it smelled interesting, but like interesting in a sense where I wouldn't wear it. I was very new to niche fragrances. I wasn't as exposed to all the notes that were in here, so I couldn't appreciate the fragrance. I thought it smelled good, but not enough for me to be super interested in it. Now, like almost 2 years later, I smelled it again, and I was so pleasantly surprised. So pleasantly surprised. So I will go over all the notes like I do in most of my videos. Top notes are cardamom, fig, and black tea. Middle notes are iris and bourbon vetiver. Base notes are sandalwood and tonka bean. Yeah, this is a very unisex, slightly more masculine leaning tea fragrance. And I do like tea fragrances. This is a really well done one. I've learned to really appreciate this. Every time I smell it, it puts me in like, let's get stuff done mindset. Like this puts me in like a serious adult mode mindset, not in a negative way, but it's a mindset where I want to get stuff done. I want to be productive. I want to be responsible. Like, this is what it reminds me of. Not super playful, straight to the point. The fig is beautiful in here. It's not overwhelming. It mixes with a black tea. It's not overly sweet in any way, shape, or form. I wouldn't describe this as a sweet fragrance. Very well balanced. The sandalwood and the tonka bean do smooth it out a little bit. The sandalwood brings kind of like a little bit of a woodiness, but it's more of like a creaminess to the fragrance. All right, Gris Charnel Extrait. I'm also going to spray them on skin just so I can compare. Top notes are cardamom, fig, and black tea, same as the previous, same as the original. Middle notes are iris, bourbon, vetiver, same as the original. They just added the cistus and cannas, a type of flower. And the base notes, sandalwood, Madagascar, vanilla, tonka bean, cedar, and Indonesian patchouli leaf. So they did add 3 new base notes, so that vanilla, cedar, and Indonesian patchouli leaf. So age range for these, I would say, are both the same. They're both mature fragrances in my opinion. However, the Extrait kind of has, it reminds me ever so slightly of like the Chanel number 5 vibe in the best way possible. And I'm not a Chanel number 5 fan. I'm just saying it kind of has like little nuances that remind me of that. And I don't know if it's like the Indonesian patchouli leaf, and I'm not a patchouli fan, but it just adds even more depth and complexity to this fragrance. They're not similar fragrances. I wouldn't say this is like, I'd say they're more cousins than they are siblings. I'd say they're more cousins than they are siblings. You could easily have both. They're for different occasions. I feel like this one's more like corporate office, like I mentioned before, whereas this one is kind of like corporate black tie event. You know those movies where they have those couples that are just so incredibly wealthy and they go to like black tie events for companies to get awards or something? I don't even know what they do. I'm so far removed from that lifestyle, but that is the best way I can describe it. It's like a powerful person with a touch of like seductiveness that just brings you in. I think it's that vanilla. They're just like, you respect them, but they're also very interesting and like an unobtainable lifestyle. That's the best way I could put this. This is corporate lawyer. This is like an unobtainable, super powerful, but seductive professional that is going to like a black tie event. I don't know if that even makes sense, but that is the best way I can describe it. I think you can easily have both. Like I said earlier, you can easily have both. I wouldn't wear them for the same occasion. I do think I like this one more than I like the original Gris Charnel. And I'm going to put them on skin so I could compare them on skin as well. But this one is a little bit more full bottle worthy. So I'm going to spray original Gris Charnel on my left hand and the Extrait on my right. And like I said, I got these two on Osme Perfumery. Yeah, this one's just so seductive, but like almost like an unobtainable lifestyle. Okay, if you guys have seen Landman, this kind of reminded me of like John Hamm's character, but a woman version of John Hamm's character. That's what this is reminding me of. Maybe even that like corporate lawyer. The corporate lawyer on the show. This one. This reminds me of her a little bit. Her mixed with John Hamm's character would be the scent that I would imagine that person would wear. If you haven't watched Landman, then you have no idea what I'm talking about. I'm so sorry. This one, the Extrait for me, between the two, if I only had to get one, absolutely this one. I'm also going to let you know another reason why I especially lean more towards this one, just between these two. So I'm going to be comparing now Liam Gray and Antique. They're both by Lattafa. And I do have a preference of one over the other. I'm going to start with Liam Gray. Liam Gray has the same top notes. It has cardamom, fig, and black tea, same as the original Gris Charnel. Middle notes are iris, vetiver. So instead of the bourbon vetiver, it just has vetiver listed here in labdanum. And the base notes are vanilla, sandalwood, tonka, and patchouli. So they added vanilla and patchouli to Liam Gray. That's Liam Gray. I'm going to be comparing. I'm going to spray Antique. I'm also going to spray the inside of my arm to compare these. I'm going to do Liam Gray on my left arm, Antique on my right. And Antique has fig, black tea, cardamom, milk, and coconut on the top. Middle notes are iris, vetiver, jasmine, and base notes are sandalwood, tonka bean, amber, caramel, and musk. So it's a little different than, this is the only one that has like those sweeter touches to it, but aside from the Extrait version that does have that vanilla. Okay, so between between Liam Gray and Antique, Liam Gray is very unisex. Antique is Definitely more feminine. It's the same scent profile, but a little bit more caramel, that milk, the coconut. It's just so beautiful. It's still both corporate lawyer, corporate lifestyle vibes. Very serious vibes, but this one's just like a touch sweeter. Between the two, since they're so inexpensive, I would absolutely get both. But if I only had to choose one, it would be Antique. However, between BDK Gris Charnel and BDK Gris Charnel Extrait, Extrait wins for me. Between Liam Gray, Lattafa, and Antique, Antique wins for me, which isn't really surprising because I guess they're both sweeter. So Antique and Extrait are both sweeter. These are one-on-one dupes for each other. The Liam Gray and Gris Charnel. Between these two, I actually would pick Liam Gray. This actually has longer longevity on my skin than the original BDK, and this is like $20. So they smell so similar, and this one lasts longer. So between these two, it's kind of like a no-brainer for me. Liam Gray wins. So out of all these four, I wouldn't be getting the original Gris Charnel. However, between Liam Gray, Lattafa, the Extrait, and Antique, do I need all three? I probably won't be picking up Liam Gray by Lattafa because I'm so happy with the Antique version. The only thing though is I probably will be picking up the Extrait as well. I don't know if it would be, maybe I'll get a 10 ml decant instead of a full bottle, but I love this one. This is so beautiful. They're both gorgeous. And I know I said these two lean sweeter out of the comparisons that I did, but they're not close to each other. I wouldn't say this one's a dupe for this at all. Like the Liam Gray is for the Gris Charnel. These are very different. Yeah, so let me know, guys, if you've tried any of these four, if you also think that the Liam Gray is a better version, not a better version, but like the better choice out of Liam Gray versus Gris Charnel. I've had a little bit of a hectic few weeks, so I couldn't keep up with my Friday schedule. Those are my thoughts on those four fragrances, guys. Let me know if you've tried any of these four and which one you like out of all of them, or if you don't like any of them. And also let me know if there are any other videos you guys want me to film. Thank you so much for watching, and remember to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Bye!